good to have you, man.
Thank you.
This is fantastic. And we're live here on Second Opinion. And I got Anthony Gelardi in the house. I mean, this guy's a living legend. He's going to keep you staying alive. Do you understand that? Champions Health and Fitness Center in Greenville, North Carolina. And it's an absolute pleasure to have you. Personal trainer. This guy has over 30 clients. We're going to talk about that. And I mean, he's been doing this for a very long time. And he's still rocking and rolling. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I hope you are.
Oh, man, this feels phenomenal. Now, let's start with you, Anthony. Tell us about your childhood, your past, where it all started for you.
I grew up in New York and then been working out since middle school. It's always been interesting to me. Always been something that I wanted to do. And then I came to North Carolina in 1993 to go to East Carolina. Got an exercise and sports science degree, graduated in 1997 and been personal training ever since.
Now, with that being said, being a personal trainer, I'm sure at first you started off, doing your own personal working out. What is the transition that you had to make? What was the level of commitment and dedication that you had to make in order to call yourself a personal trainer?
Well, I think it was, like I said, in the late 90s when I just started to do this as a job. I got certified, got my first client, and just noticing the difference in the way they changed and how they're not just their physical, their mental way of changing things just motivated me. And I said, man, I want to do this more. Like I had a lady lose over 100 pounds and the way she acted was completely different. A boy that was really skinny gained about 25 of muscle, and the confidence that he had, just the compliments they were getting, and then the compliments they were giving me just motivated me more and more to say, this is my calling. This is what God had me do.
That's beautiful. And I love how you said your calling. And you picked up the phone, didn't you?
I did. And I tell you what, now I start every morning with 2 clients at 5 a.m. and sometimes I don't leave till almost 7 p.m. I see sometimes over 30 people a day.
Wow.
I do 2 people at a time every 30 minutes. That's how I fit them all in. And I have kids as young as 7 and adults as old as 90.
Wow.
Huge range. Athletes, middle school, high school. I train a couple that are in their 80s.
That is something.
All of it. I love it. And 90-year-old, I could give you an example. I had a 90-year-old client. He actually played for Georgia football in the 40s. And he came in, he could barely walk with a cane. He could barely move around. And by the end of it, he had no cane. He was doing squats. So weight training makes a huge difference, in my opinion. And the 80-year-old couple I train, they could do stuff probably more than most 40-year-olds can do. I mean, they're doing good amount of weight, doing almost every machine in there. That motivates me. That's what I tell them. I said, I want to be like you when I get older.
All right. Oh my.
And again, I've been working out. I'm 51. I've been working out since I was about 14, but I love it. Like I tell people, it's not work to me. I enjoy it. Like,
right.
If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still be a trainer. Maybe not getting up as early as I do and staying as late as I would, but I think I still would work because I love it. I love what I do.
You know what? I can just feel it. The endorphins that you get from working out, but the endorphins that I'm getting from talking to you.
Yes, sir.
You got me pumped up right now. Come on.
Motivation. That's motivation and accountability. I tell people one of my biggest, jobs. I have clients that have been with me for over 20 years, and people are like, you know what you're doing by now. And they're like, nah, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't meeting him, or I wouldn't come to the gym if I wasn't meeting him. So that's a big part of my job too. Just the accountability, having that appointment.
You got to have that appointment. What do you tell your clients about eating?
Most of what I tell my clients is that just like a healthy lifestyle eating, not like some of those temporary diets. If it's not something that you're going to keep up, I'm just not a huge fan of it. I just believe in you're not going to eat stuff you're not going to like either. So just eat healthy, do stuff that you want to do, but, or like, tell me what you're doing. Let's tweak it a little bit. Let's make it better. Like, you know, wake up in the morning. I believe in eating breakfast. A couple hours later, have a snack again. You know, the whole metabolism thing, the more often you eat, the faster your metabolism is, the more you burn calories. So that's more my philosophy on the eating thing. I'll teach you how to eat better, teach you how to eat cleaner. But I don't really believe in the fads, as you want to call it, like you said, I mean, the fasting, if that works for you, I wouldn't tell you not to do it.
Right.
I just believe in like, let's find a lifestyle change that you're going to do, and let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Gelardi is in the building, and this guy knows it all when it comes to getting you healthy, making you stay fit, keeping you alive. You got me so excited right now. I'm going to play the Rocky theme.
There you go. How could you not get motivated listening to that?
Well, it's an absolute pleasure having you on the show, my brother.
It was my pleasure.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Let's shake.
This High Five segment is sponsored by Anthony Gelardi, personal trainer. Our featured athlete in today's episode is Anna James Waters from Ayden, North Carolina. Anna is a freshman at J.H. Rose High School in Greenville and is not only a champion volleyball player for her high school team, but also the East Carolina Junior Volleyball Club. Anna is an extremely loving, giving, caring, and happy-go-lucky athlete and social butterfly. She loves her family, Jesus, exercising and volleyball, going to the beach, shopping, listening to music, and spending time with her friends. To maximize her performance as an athlete, Anna works with personal trainer Anthony Gelardi at Champions Health and Fitness in Winterville, which helps her to be stronger, faster, and stay on top of her game.
Now let's give a big high five to Anna James Waters.
Anthony Gelardi, personal trainer in Greenville, North Carolina, providing customized fitness coaching for men and women ranging from 7 years old to 90. Anthony is available for appointments both in person and virtual. If you want to be healthier, stronger, lose weight, gain weight, let his nearly 30 years of experience help you today. Call Anthony Gelardi at 252-412-5004. That's 252-412-5004. We're excited to have Jessica and Joshua Shively, Trail of Faith Farms out of Trenton, North Carolina. How are you today?
Wonderful.
Doing well.
So we're excited to be sharing with everyone all of your programs. You teach horsemanship, numbers of workshops, rodeos. We're going to talk all about that in your program. But let's go back to the beginning. So you two are both U.S. Marine Corps veterans, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit of where you're from, how you two hooked up, and kind of bring us to where we are now.
Oh. Would you like to?
You go ahead.
Oh, okay. Josh and I actually met when I came back from my deployment in Iraq. He was managing the barracks and checking in everybody. He's originally from Virginia. I'm from Idaho. And when we met, we didn't really like each other very well. And it's kind of like the little kids in school, when they pick on each other, they really like each other. So, and then eventually we went out on a, first date and a second date, and then got married after 3 months. And we actually just celebrated our 15-year anniversary last weekend.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations, you two. That's something to be proud of, because relationships take work. It's an everyday, nothing's perfect. And, but it's beautiful to have found your soulmate and to be able to navigate through life. And now you two have this wonderful ministry together that you do, helping so many people from all over.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a great place to start. So your work with veterans, you offer a number of therapeutic services. Now, is this part of you have Operation No Longer a Number, and you aid veterans with PTSD, among other folks and clients as well. But let's talk about the veteran support services that you offer. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Absolutely. So I got into therapeutic riding from one of my family members. He actually was born dead. And it's honestly by the grace of God that he's still alive and he's thriving. He's 18 now and he is very nonverbal. But one of the things that he got involved in when he was 5 years old, starting at 5 years old, was therapeutic riding. And Josh and I were actually visiting one year, and we got to see him conducting one of his riding lessons. And when I saw him independently riding a horse, and of course he had, you know, people all around him and his instructor and everything in the arena. And he kept waving them to go away. And that at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, how can I do this? I got my therapeutic riding instructor certification, went to college, got an associate's in ag that focused on horse training. Josh and I got called one year. Was it Hurricane Matthew?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hurricane Matthew. There was a horse rescue that ended up abandoning 7 horses. And we got called to, you know, pick up or just kind of
Well, assess the situation first.
yeah, and see if we could do anything with a couple of the horses. So we drove over there because it wasn't too far from us, and ended up coming home with 2 of the horses. Because you know, the gal had told us one of them was untouchable and the other one was crazy. So he fell in love with the one that you couldn't touch. And, you know, of course, I wanted the crazy one. You know? And I'm like, you know, challenge accepted. So Josh spent a lot of time in the round pen with his horse. I spent quite a bit of time, you know, in another like private area with the Mustang that I was working with. To eventually where we got them pretty gentled, we started using them in our veteran program. Like these 2 horses were what started Operation No Longer Number. And Josh rides motorcycles. That's his deal. And he had a lot of motorcycle clubs. Is that right?
Or associations.
Yeah, associations come out to the farm to interact with these 2 Mustangs. And
That were prior veterans as well.
yes,
So.
yes, they were also prior veterans. And that's honestly what really took off that program once we had a little bit of media kind of shine on that, because what they were doing,
Especially from a therapeutic standpoint.
yeah, because what they were doing is they do a lot of motorcycle runs,
Runs and stuff.
yes, to promote and kind of highlight on, you know, veteran suicide. And one of the guys had lost, you know, one of his
Battle buddies.
yeah, one of his buddies that he had served with from suicide, you know, from
PTSD.
combat and PTSD, and that's really what I guess made a good forerunner for the expansion of the program, because we got quite a bit of interest after that, because they had done a motorcycle run to raise funds and everything for you know, their organization, as well as some of the things that they had poured into our ministry. And then we acquired more Mustangs. And then I got involved directly with the Bureau of Land Management, getting unhandled Mustangs and training those. Then I started integrating, you know, these Mustangs, of course, were gentled, like you could halter them and groom them and pick out their feet and things, but it made it really neat to see the difference of bringing those veterans and working with, you know, freshly gentled Mustangs versus your domestic horses. You know, domestic horses are fabulous. But Mustangs are more sensitive because they did not grow up around humans. They were not bred to do certain things, whether it be, barrel racing or jumping, rodeo, whatever, and to be able to kind of walk each client through what I call the gentling process. Not only is it for the Mustang, but it's for the veteran too. Because you're gentling both souls, both minds, both hearts.
Start your engines and head over to the Jacksonville Cars and Coffee Show on Saturday, September 13th in Jacksonville from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon at 433-1 Western Boulevard in Jacksonville, North Carolina. We'll have live music, food trucks, prizes, and coffee to get your motor going. For more information, call 910-357-1471 or scan the QR code to RSVP now. You're getting very hungry for a specialty waffle and a bomb chicken sandwich from Strange Bird, where every day is a feathered freak show. What are you waiting for? Get to Strange Bird for one of their bomb chicken sandwiches, located at 718 Dickinson Avenue in Greenville, or visit eatatstrange.com.
Good morning, beautiful people. Roy the Rapper here coming to you with the word of the day. Happy Labor Day to everyone out there. And in honor of Labor Day, I wanted to speak on a verse related to something that we all need, no matter who you are, rest. And with that being said, the word of the day, Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Okay? This verse is critical, and I want to first and foremost let you know and remind you guys that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. And this verse is a call and invitation for people to bring their struggles to Jesus, whether emotional or spiritual. This verse offers a path to inner peace and release from the heavy burdens of life, sin, and the law which one could not overcome on their own. No matter what you're going through, whether you're working hard, doing what you got to do to take care of your families, it's something that we all need at the end of the day, and that's rest. But trust and believe you can find that through Jesus, and this verse serves as a reminder of that. So for anyone feeling tired, stressed, or weighed down by life's struggles, this verse serves as an invitation to trust God and turn to Jesus, accept Jesus, and He will give you rest. The promise of rest. By coming to Jesus and accepting His help, one can and will find true spiritual rest, a peace of conscience, tranquil mind, and freedom from the bondage of sin, okay? God has your back. God loves you. God knows what you're going through, and God knows we all need rest. So I wanted to speak on this. I want you guys to take this. I want you guys to stand on it. Trust and believe that God provides everything that we need. God loves you. I love you. I want you guys to take this once again. Stand on the word of rapper, and I'm out.
We interrupt this broadcast for the Second Opinion halftime show.
Hello, my name is Bam Jones, and this is my song, Halifax Dreaming, and you are now watching Second Opinion.
I'm feeling better than ever. With these words, I'm clever. Good things never last, cause greatness remains forever. This my duality, chasing dreams and reality. Add to the throne, just check the laws of gravity. As a youngin', mama said I'm the one. She gave me the world so I could shine like the sun. She the moon, I'm a star, and I shine like one. She the reason I shine, it reflect when it's done. My biggest lessons is never being afraid who you are. My adolescence are blessings, it's coming straight from the heart. I accepted my flaws, yeah I stutter when I talk, but I can still rap my tail off, homie. I'm probably not your favorite rapper, but I'm destined to be your favorite rapper. So please turn up the album, be a victim to the volume. And if you not moving forward, you standing still, but that's better than moving backwards. And shout out to my homies that still moving that package. Those the same friends who inspire me on rapping. And shout out to them girls from school who never gave me a chance because my perseverance wasn't cool enough. But it's cooler than the ceiling fan. I got a shot, now it's time for me to seal the fans. I got the perfect plot so I can stand in demand with this Halifax dream. I got the world in my hands. If you wanna make it out, you gotta work. If you wanna make it big, you gotta work. Yeah, that's what I told myself. But the same thing applies for everybody else. Ain't never letting up, ain't never giving up. I'ma give it my all, but still ain't got enough. I guess it's not what it seems, lost in reality with these Halifax dreams. Yeah, homie, you know this. Yeah, homie, you know this. Hoping one day that everybody will quote this. Shakespeare appeared the moment that I wrote this. My ancestors provided guidance through the motions. My devotions, I put substance in emotions. I'm highly inspired but overly focused. Shortcuts don't amount to longevity. With these rhymes I cause a homicide. I was charged more than 2 times. Now here come the jeopardy, here come the hatred. My people still loving me. Hope you know with these words that I painted the bigger picture. Be a witness to the image so I could draw it out with you. Look into my vision. I was the third person who seen it in third person point of view with his third eye. But I'm number one, never the third to go by. Mama said spread your wings so I can fly. Hold up, this verse ain't finished, I'm still going. Just like the damn river, homie, I'm still flowing. Like the Halifax Square, homie, I still know it. Just like the Prizery, history is written. Just like Halley High, where commas become stars. The mission is complete, I found life on Mars. 88 records, they know who we are. So I encourage all rappers to pray on y'all bars. I make it look easy when times got hard. I'm more hungry than I am humble, but I'm humble enough to know that I could lose it all at any minute. I ain't never giving up and everybody here's a witness, yeah. Keep it cool as a ceiling fan. I got a shot, now it's time for me to seal the fans. I got the perfect plot so I can stand in demand with this Halifax dream. If you wanna make it out, you gotta work. If you wanna make it big, you gotta work. Yeah, that's what I told myself. But the same thing applies for everybody else. Ain't never letting up, ain't never giving up. I'ma give it my all, but still ain't got enough. I guess it's not what it seems, lost in reality. I got Halifax dreams.
spinning the same tires on the same white and yellow lines. I bet you're back in your hometown, doing the same stupid things, just killing time. 'Cause people like you don't change, but things around them always do. I'm in a big city now, but I'm still thinking about you. could change it all somehow.
This halftime show was sponsored by Nash Studios of Greenville, North Carolina. Located in downtown Greenville, North Carolina, Nash Studios is a place where creatives can collaborate and capture their artistic expression. Take your art to the next level at Nash Studios, which offers a variety of services such as audio recording, video and photography services for your music video, podcast, and more. Scan the QR code to begin your artistic journey at Nash Studios today, or call 252-559-0410. That's 252-559-0410. The best of the best is coming to Gooch Sports Arena in Wendell, North Carolina, Saturday, September 6th. Join us for a fun-filled day of trail riding and a star-studded Southern Soul concert featuring the incomparable Jeter Jones, with more of your favorite performers, DJs, and fun for the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free, y'all, so don't miss this OG festival of the year, only at Gooch Sports Arena, located at 6400 Nightdale Eagle Rock Road in Wendell, North Carolina. Scan the QR code to reserve your tickets now. For VIP vendor and trail ride info, contact Miss Tanya. gsatrailride@gmail.com.
Trail ride down in the country.
This High Five segment is sponsored by Bar M Ranch of Chinkapin, North Carolina. And our featured athlete is Brielle Bogus, who's 15 years old, of Eastern North Carolina, who's been volunteering at Trail of Faith Farm since she was 7 years old. She started taking lessons, which then grew into a curiosity of learning how to care for the horses and other farm animals. Brielle knows all the ins and outs of feeding, cleaning stalls, scrubbing and filling up water troughs, dragging water hoses, slinging hay, pushing 1,000-pound hay rounds, bottle feeding baby goats, caring for cows, and anything else you can think of. She loves the Lord, her family, her baby horse named Primrose, and living the dream, as we often say here on the farm. Brielle is a handy cowgirl and is never afraid to learn. She's the top hand here at the ranch, and one of her favorite things to do is to ride, rope, and lope. She loves helping those who come here for lessons, summer camps, and is by far one of the hardest working teenagers. It's a blessing to be able to work from home, but it's more of a blessing to work with family. Farm life is not for the faint of heart, but Brielle is always ready to jump in, whether it's the cry of a calf or a helping hand to feed up.
Now let's give a big high five to Brielle Bogus.
You know, predominantly we focus on, of course, Western discipline, ranch work, and a lot of the things that I enjoy doing is, you know, practical riding. You know, I love trail riding, but I really want well, okay, so he's from Virginia and I'm originally from Idaho. And then here we are in Eastern North Carolina, you know, and we were blessed with the property that we have now. We've been here for about 3 years.
3 years.
Or almost 4 years.
Well, we owned the property for the year, and then we've been here for 3. So
okay, yeah. So three years. Our other farm was fabulous. We just didn't realize how quick we were going to outgrow it. So
making an overall decision to expand. So
yes, which gave us more of an opportunity to do the cattle work that I have been involved in. And when we saw this property, it's like, I mean, it's Eastern North Carolina, of course, it's sandy, but there, you know, we're surrounded in pine trees, you know, there's a nice wooded driveway, and then it opens up and it's kind of hilly. And I was like, whoa, this is like Virginia and Idaho and North Carolina all in one. And we can work cows and trail ride, and we can do all of the things here, you know? And so this has given us a bigger opportunity to, you know, again, still focus on the Western discipline, but really kind of dive in more to the ranch work, where we use cattle, and all levels of riders, even ones that have never even touched a horse before.
And able versus disabled too.
Yeah, and even those that have certain diagnosis, like you would be surprised that they can get on a horse and they can move cows too. So we'll do a lot of introductory work when it comes to the cattle work. So, you know, we really kind of pride ourselves on providing an environment that one's, you know, safe, that you feel comfortable, that you can talk about anything, you can, you know, be yourself and not be afraid to ask questions and learn and grow. And with the cattle work, we, of course, safety for horse, rider, and cow. So we'll usually expose them first to like pushing the cows, learning how to sort a particular cow out and push them around the practice pen. We do a lot of exercises. You know, one is called like boxing the cow. So you're just moving the cow around in like a specific area. And then you work your way up to, you know, roping that cow. Again, practical application. Like if you were out on the range and you had, let's say, a mama cow that had a baby and she cut herself on the fence or something, and you need to rope her and get her down and doctor her, how would you navigate through that? So roping the cow, tying it off to your saddle, making sure that your horse stays there and doesn't, you know, wander off. Yeah. And then you got to walk back. Like that would stink. You know? So it's been really cool to be able to move more into that avenue. And then I also focus a lot on natural horsemanship training. I train a lot of horses. I start a lot of horses and I tune up a lot of, for the lack of better words, problem horses, mostly horses that have people problems, and the owners and, you know, myself, we just have to figure it out. In my opinion, it's the greatest way to be a detective. I get to, you know, pass by all of the stuff in CSI. I can just work on the problem, you know. But it's just, it's really neat to be able to be a tool to help somebody build a partnership with their own personal horse. So within that training, we do include a lot of biblical principles that are taught. Here lately, it's been a common trend about talking about fruits of the spirit, you know, joy, peace, kindness, gentleness. I mean, gosh, I was talking about that today. you
And
know,
forgiveness as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
been a topic over the
Yeah,
last few months.
yeah, forgiveness, humility. I mean, that's always hard, especially I'm speaking from experience. I'm like, nah, like I know what I need to be doing and I know how to do this. And just kidding, no, I don't. You know. And
patience.
You know,
Patience.
just yes. Lots of patience. Yeah.
Results don't always come. They don't always come right away. So you gotta wait for them.
That's true. And whether it's a horse or a human, you know, every challenge is like an onion. Like the more you peel back layers, the stronger it gets. And there usually is some crying, you know.
That's true.
And then once it kind of airs out, then you can start seeing where you need to cut and what you need to shape and you know, what you need to cook, what you need to eat, which is whatever. So it's really neat. But so that's really kind of what we have navigated to focusing on more really for this year. We do a lot of summer camps. You know, I love being able to share what I know and educating youth and adults. Because what good is having information if you can't share it?
Right.
So, and it's just really neat to be able to offer that. And then, I mean, you know, we've got, I say wiser clients that are in their 60s and 70s that come here, and, you know, whether they have a diagnosis or not, it's still amazing to be, again, a tool of that, to be like, you can ride a 1,300-pound animal and you can steer that thing, and, you know, whatever your body is doing, usually 9 times out of 10, that's reflecting in the horse. And again, just the natural therapy that you get from these large animals is just really undescribable. And my favorite part is the smiles, and the horses love the snacks at the end of every lesson.
We all like our snacks.
Oh yeah,
we all do. And so, you know, you teach people such valuable skills that, you know, if they wanted to pursue and even go into this as a career change, you know, or something that sometimes folks that deal with trauma work best not being around people, and animals are such a better option sometimes because there's things that they don't necessarily have to confront on a daily basis, you know. So what a beautiful thing, you know, to be able to share your knowledge and be able to train people, you know, in something that gives them purpose, you know, and a way to have usefulness and, you know, and healing. Now, let's talk about the sportsmanship side of this. Let's talk about the rodeo a little bit. What are some things that you train people for that they can compete in?
Yes. So I'm excited about being able to do more of that this year. We're going to be rolling out with a ranch rodeo school. So it'll be similar to how we usually do like our introductory, like to cattle work and things. But it's been really neat because we've had some groups that have come out here that we've been able to kind of practice and structure all of this well. So, you know, we'll teach them how to rope properly on the ground. And then, because there's so much to it, you know, it's easy just to build a loop and just throw it, or like run after the cow and just like place it on it.
Or be a spectator and be like, why did you miss?
Yes, he does that a lot, actually. He's like, no, you need to do it this way. And I'm like, how about you get on a horse and show me? You know, which he did last week, and I was very proud of him. But he loves the horses. But like I said, the motorcycle is, you know, his vroom is his thing.
Steel horse. He prefers the steel horse.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. But yeah, so, you know, we do lots of roping on the ground, And then we'll move to, mounted roping. Usually 9 times out of 10, that horse needs to stand there like a saint. So that way you can figure out your life, because you've got the rope, the reins, the horse. What are your legs doing? Where are you looking?
Yeah. The position of the horse and or the cow.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail right on the head for sure. And then of course, like we'll practice on dummy cows first. Then we'll move to live cows. Then we are planning, again, to continue to educate for like currently we've got some ranch roping shows that we're a part of. So, we practice our roping, we practice different angles and shots on how to throw on the cow. The different events that we have is the breakaway roping. We've got 3-man doctoring and 1-man doctoring. So again, all practical things that you would do if you were out on the range, simulating, doctoring the cow by yourself or with a 3-man team. We really like the fellowship.
Food, fun, fellowship.
Yes. Accurate. And then of course your breakaway is just that is an individual event, but it's awesome because we're all supporting each other, and seeing how we can do these things better. So what else?
Actually, you have rep and practice next weekend.
Oh, I do actually. Yeah. We've got a cattle clinic that's coming up next weekend. So to again, just practice for it. And it's really neat too, because we have the opportunity to be able to facilitate folks that have young horses that have never seen cows before. Or if they choose to use one of our horses, then they can and figure it out. So it's really neat of how we're able to build such a diverse community even here.
Transform your home into a sanctuary by exploring brielleandco.com. From candles to room sprays, our collection of home essentials is designed to elevate your living experience. Choose from our unique fragrance blends using high-quality ingredients to effortlessly create a welcoming and beautiful home. Shop now at brielleandco.com. That's brielleandco.com.
You're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our local nonprofits serve the community in so many different ways and offer so many resources. What's the best way? What's your greatest need? We know that money helps you expand your programs further. But are there anything else that people can help and give? How do you prefer that they reach out to you to be involved?
Definitely directly, because we do have a lot of folks that will donate like via PayPal and Venmo. A lot of folks will send, personal things through the mail, which is wonderful. I had a surprise from a donor last week. A good thing I actually checked my mail. So, and it was wonderful, because not only do we have the facility horses to take care of, we have the cattle. We had a surprise a couple weeks ago. One of our heifers gave birth to a calf, and it was like, whoa, wasn't planning on that, but okay, awesome. Another mouth to feed. That's all right. And there were some complications, but everybody's healthy now. And so it's always nice to be able to, to get those surprises. This year, one of our biggest needs that we're moving towards is to get what we call our practice pen covered. So that way we can offer therapeutic services, really actually all of the services under a covered area, because a lot of my therapeutic clients have sensory issues, so they cannot handle high winds. They cannot handle the sun. A lot of the veterans that have PTSD or TBI can't be in the sun due to whatever medications and things like that they may be on, or it throws their equilibrium off. And and then, you know, Josh and I had really kind of compared a lot of notes and was like, okay, cool. We'd be able to do a lot more services if this was actually covered, to include the cattle work, to include our shows, to include the camps and any other events that might.
Because we have the lights now. We just need.
That's right. We've got the lights. So we've got our.
That was a project, but it's finally concluded.
Yes, yes. We got the announcer stand, which that was, you know, a deal. We've got a few bleachers, which has been nice to at least be able to accommodate seating and things when we have the events. And then of course, you know, we love food. So we usually have a lot of food trucks that come out here for when we do events. But
that's wonderful. So we need a cupboard. So we'll make sure that people, you know, as they're listening and they're watching, they're seeing, you know, how they can reach out. trailoffaithfarms.com. You can get a whole overview of the whole program, reach out to you directly, learn about some of the programs, how to receive services yourself. You know, if you're in need and you need to take advantage of some of this, you know, how you can be part, if you want to volunteer, if you want to give. You know, we want folks to reach out, and definitely we want to stay up to date on those events so that we can make sure the community knows about them and can attend and participate and be able to support what you're doing out there, this wonderful work you're doing. I took horse riding lessons when I was a kid, and that was a highlight to growing up for me, because owning one was not an option. So being able to go and visit with them and was really a special time for me. So it brings hearing you talk about, you know, working with them brings back memories, and also being from Las Vegas, spent a lot of time in Las Vegas. We had a huge movement. I was sometimes on the side of the road with a sign to save the wild horses. So we did a lot of work with preservation and keeping them free and being able to roam around. So where do you source your Mustangs from? You had said that some of them came from out west. So
they do. So, that gave me Holy Ghost bumps. My my original Mustang that kind of paved the way for Operation No Longer a Number. Her name is Grace. And she actually came out of Nevada. The herd management area that she came from was called, what was it? South Stillwater. That's no longer a herd anymore because they combined a couple of them. But I have quite a few Mustangs that came from Nevada. Josh is, he's half Mustang. He came from,
which one?
The mountains jet.
Oh, he's part donkey too.
he does sound like a donkey. We
I'm sorry.
yes. This past summer, my niece and we actually drove to Idaho to pick up a couple of Idaho Mustangs. I've got a few here from Wyoming. Mickey is actually one of my program horses. He was a Wyoming Mustang. He's a draftier, larger Mustang. So
he's one of my favorites.
Yes. Well,
he takes care of me.
Yes. All the men love riding Mickey. He's just a solid, good horse.
He really is.
He loves working cows and yeah, but that's really cool. So it's really neat because we do have like a variety of where the Mustangs have been rounded up from out west. I think I've got one from Utah too. And then we
rehome one to Florida, right?
I did rehome one to Florida. When Bureau of Land Management and Mustang Heritage Foundation used to be united, I was a trainer through those organizations. I'm still a trainer through the Bureau of Land Management. So, you know, my facility is one of, I believe, 5 on the East Coast that's approved to house wild Mustangs that have not been touched. Just like, fencing and things like that. But one of the ones that I had adopted out, I think he was from Nevada as well, I think. And then we have a wild burro. Well, he's not wild anymore, but he was rounded up out of California. So got a nice variety of the West here.
So folks, you're just going to have to go out and visit the farm to meet all of these wonderful animals. And just there's so much beauty all around us, and ways that we can connect with nature and God's creation and be able to tap into, the part of our souls that really need that connection and healing. So thank you so much for the wonderful work that you do with that. We're so excited that you're part of our show. We're so excited to be able to share this with the audience. So keep us up to date, and we'll be checking in for the updates on upcoming events.
Yes, ma'am.
Trail of
Thank you.
Faith Farms. Thank you, Jessica, Joshua Shively, Trail of Faith Farms Ministry. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed weekend.
You also. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode was sponsored by Trail of Faith Farms, a 501c3 ministry that offers beginner through advanced Western lessons, therapeutic riding lessons, natural horsemanship training and lessons, a veteran program called Operation No Longer a Number, Mustang genitling and adoption, and so much more. The mission of Trail of Faith Farms is to provide therapeutic services to promote stewardship with wild horses. To find out more about how you can support and participate, visit trailoffaithfarms.com or give them a call at 252-503-7393. That's 252-503-7393.
On game day, the biggest plays may happen on the field, but when it's your wedding, every moment should be all about you. At Dream Entertainment, we bring the ultimate lineup: DJs, officiants, planners, bartenders, photo and video pros, live bands, and professional hair and makeup, all working together to create your perfect day. With veteran ownership and in-house financing, we handle every detail so you can celebrate like champions. Dream Entertainment, where your big day scores big. Let's make it unforgettable.
Nash Hot Chicken is your destination for hot chicken, cold beer, and live music. Entertain your taste buds with all-star favorites on our Nashville-inspired menu. A full bar featuring domestic, local brews, and try a Nash signature cocktail like our Music City Mule. Make Nash Hot Chicken the choice for your next get-together. Ask us about catering your next event. Nash Hot Chicken is open every day and located at 114 East 5th Street in downtown Greenville, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-999-5444. That's 252-999-5444. Works Plus of Williamston, North Carolina is your go-to resource for packaging, shipping around the world, printing, and business service needs for Eastern North Carolina. Office Works Plus also provides notary public services, and their store provides office, packaging, and school supplies as well. Office Works Plus is located at 825A East Boulevard in Williamston, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-792-6116. That's 252-792-6116.